my king, not my king, not my king, not my king, not my king. You can shove your coronation, shove your coronation.
We were here to uphold the simple democratic principle that Britain's head of state should be elected by the people and based on merit.
Did you know that half of Britons, according to an Ipsos poll, believes that King Charles should abdicate the throne to his son Prince William? Wow, that sounds like a rejection.
The principle of hereditary power, I think, is absolutely abhorrent in 2022.
This should be the first time a monarch is being rejected. But what could make everyone hate King Charles so much that they prefer his son to rule in his stead? One of the main reasons could be his divorce with Princess Diana. The saying that no sin goes unpunished seems true, as King Charles is paying for the pain he caused Princess Diana years ago. Well, wait for the full explosion.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her! Morning, noon, and night I care about her!
Diana was King Charles's wife. Charles exhibited one of the most reprehensible behaviors as a spouse and father. The bone of contention was that the dude was never faithful to Diana. From the beginning, he had an affair with his current wife, Queen Camilla Parker Bowles. Are there proofs to these claims? Obviously there are. Let's roll as we spill the story. From the biographies published following Princess Diana's demise, it makes it quite evident that the reigning king mistreated Diana. When Diana accused him of having an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, Charles's current wife, the dam finally burst. In her well-known BBC interview, Diana remarked that there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Maybe Charles had thought it was no man's business when he was messing up with Diana. Well, it didn't seem to end well. Let's see the outcome. It's alleged that many Americans still have negative views towards both Charles and Camilla as a result of their deep fondness for Diana. Many individuals believe that King Charles was responsible for Princess Diana's heartbreak. Diana was loved by the people. When Charles hurt Diana, it affected the people greatly. It wasn't only Diana's battle, it was a battle of the people. A lot of people still harbor a great deal of animosity for him because of the disclosures of his infidelity during his marriage to Princess Diana. Although Charles has been able to win back some public favor in Britain, he is still regarded less favorably than many other royal family members. Charles messed up big time. Do you think the memory of Diana's death will ever be wiped away from the people? Well, we don't know how possible that will be. He attempted to influence British rules. Wait, what was King Charles actually thinking when he made efforts to sway the British administration? Seems like he was already getting ready to rule before the death of the Queen. Well, whichever way, let's find out what he was up to. The main deal is that it was revealed that Charles had access to secret documents about the inner workings of the British government that not even elected ministers had seen.
The government has a policy of only allowing people to see on a need-to-know basis, apart from Prince Charles, and I think that is completely inappropriate. The problem is that Prince Charles has his own financial interests, he also has his own political agenda, and he is clearly very happy to lobby ministers to pursue those interests and that agenda.
A senior member of Parliament dubbed him Britain's best-informed lobbyist. He was seen engaging in personal lobbying efforts to senior lawmakers about a variety of subjects, from orders of military helicopters during the Iraq War to illegal fishing of the Patagonian toothfish, according to 27 memos obtained by The Guardian and called the Black Spider memos because of Charles's scrawl.
We have evidence of the lobbying in terms of the letters that have been released to The Guardian, former ministers who have said that he actually lobbies and tries to change government policy on things like health and education and the environment. We also know that there's a long list of laws passed which exempt and give privileges to the Duchy of Cornwall.
The story seemed more interesting when Clarence House asserted that political themes are typically covered in briefings for successors to the throne. But detractors contended that members of the royal family ought to refrain from politics. Let's assume Charles didn't actually know what he was in for when he attempted influencing the British government, right? Obviously, he doesn't seem like one who wants to break the policy without following guidelines. Well, there are unanswered queries around this. What do you think? Would King Charles III be a politically prominent monarch given his participation in political matters? Or would he try to exert more influence on the British government's policies and ideas than his mother was probably ever willing to do using his position in the unwritten constitution?
your dad stopped taking your calls? Why did he stop taking your calls?
Because I took matters by that point, I took matters into my own hands. It was like, I need to do this for my family.
Alleged racism against Meghan. Another shocker, buddies. Get your popcorn and coffee close. You sure wouldn't want to miss this. The royal family was not exempted in King Charles's alleged hatred for blacks. Meghan Markle seems to be the scapegoat. Well, before we conclude, let's see the details. Let's spill the tea, guys. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were the subjects of a well-known interview with Oprah Winfrey. During the interview, the couple acknowledged that a royal family member had criticized Meghan for her skin tone.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security. And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
However, no one mentioned the person they were all pointing at by name.
Who is having that conversation with you?
Now, see how it started. King Charles questioned his wife Camilla about her expectations for the appearance of Harry and Meghan Markle's children. Camilla only spoke the words "gorgeous," of course. Charles, who wanted to make it clear to her that he wasn't asking about beauty, repeated the question and said, "I mean, what do you think the complexion of their children will be like?" King Charles seems to have stirred up a cold war between him and Meghan by that question. Well, if you were Meghan, what would have been your response? I am sure you wouldn't have been happy if anyone made such a comment concerning your child. Let's see Meghan's action. Following their shocking interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle allegedly wrote her father-in-law, King Charles III, a letter expressing her concerns about racism in the royal family. This is just days after it was revealed that the Duchess of Sussex would miss the King's May 6 coronation. Meghan pulled it. She made a bold approach to stand up for her right. Everyone has rights, you know. Race is inconsequential. King Charles seems to have lots of controversies around him. If not, why? Financial scandals. Ever wondered why King Charles's well-known management for charitable causes has been criticized as well? Who criticizes charity, you ask? Well, while Charles has been praised for his work to safeguard the environment and speak out against climate change, an alarm has also been raised about other subjects he has supported. Sit tight, let's spill the tea. The shocking revelation of how he collected $1.2 million from the half-brothers of Osama bin Laden was revealed. The money was acclaimed to be for his charity. However, he denied ever asking for the donation. Well, we wouldn't know if he did ask or not. Charles has also received a lot of flack for his lavish spending. The current King of England receives a £17 million annual income, has 6 mansions on his estate, 11 secretaries, a vast staff of servants, and a fleet of costly cars. But hey, your mind is already questioning, right? Like if he can be trusted with public funds, right? Well, if you must know, that's one of the reasons he's struggling to gain the people's favor. Shocking revelation of the Paradise Papers. King Charles became involved in the tax crisis when it was discovered through leaked documents that he had millions of pounds hidden offshore. Even though he wasn't the only one involved according to the release by the Paradise Papers, being a royal, a lot of expectations were on him. Well, as a human that he is, he messed up those expectations. Oh, you wouldn't believe that his private estate had an offshore stake that would benefit from the regulation change, and he was campaigning to amend 2 climate change agreements. Could it be a lack of money or greed for more money? It obviously wouldn't be a lack of money. Dude wanted more money. Despite having a guaranteed income from taxpayers, he had millions of dollars in offshore tax havens. It might interest you to know that King Charles made a private investment in a Bermuda-based sustainable forestry company. The shocking revelation triggered accusations of a conflict of interest given his environmental views. However, according to Charles's investment staff, he had no direct involvement in the investment decisions. It's getting more difficult to trust the monarch. You ask why? Many see him as a snob. Oh, Diana, a woman of the people. She had a certain allure and warmth that King Charles lacks. Why wonder why everyone hates King Charles? He has never been a man of the people. He doesn't seem to be ready to connect with the common people. But let's get things straight. even though it may be unfair to compare him to individuals who weren't trained to value etiquette and correct behavior as much. However, on the other hand, Prince William has shown compassion and has gone out to relate with others in a similar way like his mother Diana did. Because of this, many people would rather have Prince William as king to Charles. Do you think King Charles will ever be free from the controversies around him? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Click on the link to the next video.